show you the new secret letter that we've been using to get 11 items removed off this client's credit report. So we knocked the credit bureaus out, got 11 items deleted, right? Now, it wasn't just me. It was, I want to give thanks to God because he gave me the ability to learn these things, to teach you and educate you, to help you. You already know, all right? But of course, we do have to do our part by paying things back, taking care of that, and everything makes up, when it comes to your credit score, it makes up of 5 different factors. We're going to be talking about all of it, but you got to take care of your part. You know, the credit bureaus violate your rights, so we can leverage that to in our favor to get items removed. So we're going to be talking about everything. 11 items got removed, 3 ongoing. So we're going to be talking about the specific letters that we sent for this client and some of the letters that they sent themselves, so you can leverage the information to help you get some results, right? Now, everything isn't 100% guarantee when it comes to credit, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So 3 updated to positive, amazing, right? So it should be actually 14 items got repaired with this specific report. 7 items added, right? So 14 point decrease, 16 point increase, 84 point increase, right? Woo! Crazy results. So let's break down everything, right? So let me show you some of the things that got removed off this person's report. So as you can see, First Premier got removed, Kohl's got removed, Mariner Finance, Portfolio, Spring Oaks Capital, Chase, and Badcock, right? Some of the things that got removed. So as you can see, things got deleted, and there's still more things that didn't get removed. Some things came back verified. And when it comes to sending letters, quote unquote, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax will say that everything is 100% verified as accurate. And truth be told, you're going to see that most of the time, that's 100% lie. Because if you look at your report and you get your Identity IQ report and you see that, hey, open date last active, all these different things are going to be inaccurate, which they'll say everything is verified as 100% accurate, everything is good to go, and we already know it's not. So these are the things that got removed, some of the items and things like that. But another thing I want to break down is this right here, right? Which is going to be very important. You understanding what makes up your credit score, right? Because there are new people watching this channel every single day, and I appreciate you for watching, and there are people that have been rocking, and I appreciate you as well. So I want you to understand this. Your credit score, like I said before, is broken down into 5 different factors, right? There's payment history, there's amounts owed, there's age, there's new accounts, there's credit mix, right? That's what makes up your credit score, right? 35% of your credit score is payment history, 30% of your credit score is utilization. So right there, that's 65% of your credit score. So I want you to think about it like this in the points way, right? 850 most likely is the highest credit score, lowest credit score 300, right? If you do 850 minus 300, that means you have 550 points to play with, right? Technically, right? If you think about it like that. So if you have 550 points to play with and you just did utilization, right? 30% times 550 gives you 165 points. In the utilization part of your credit score, if you max out your credit cards, that means you're missing out technically on 165 points. Let's say you have one credit card. You're missing out on 165 points. If you don't have a line of credit, you're missing out on 165 points, right? So if you don't have a revolving, which is a credit card, charge card, some type of store card, those are line of credit, those are considered revolving accounts. So if you don't have one of those accounts being reported that is open, you're missing out on some points. And if you do have it and it's maxed out, just say you're missing out on a lot of points. One of the quickest way to improve your credit score is taking care of your utilization, right? So paying your credit card utilization all the way down to 0, which will help increase this credit score as well. So right now, average utilization is 43%, right? So as you can see, 43%, if this person take care of their credit card debt, right? Improve it, get it down to 0, right? We're at 43%. You're probably gonna see a 30, 50 point, never know. When it comes to the FICO score and the fact is we don't know like the specific amount of points of how much is gonna increase that this person is missing out. So now their credit scores could be above the 700s, right? So now they're looking good, even though they still have some items that's still holding their credit score back. They're still going to be pushed over into the 700s because of the utilization, right? And if you're trying to, let's just say, apply for a house, that's probably good enough. Have a better interest rate when it comes to applying for a house. Have a better interest rate when it comes to getting a car. And if you want to continue improving, think about this. If you're trying to get business funding, you don't need all three credit scores to be perfect. Probably some more can be improved some more, but they can go to banks that only pull from TransUnion. So you can go to banks that only pull from TransUnion, right? So you got Navy Federal, right? Fifth and Third Bank, Regions. There are so many specific banks that just pull from TransUnion, right? Sometimes US Bank, give or take TransUnion, Equifax, most, even or depending on the area, right? And then once your other two credit scores improve, you can go to that and leverage that to either improve your business, market your business, buy assets, whatever the case when it comes to funding, right? So I just want to give you an overview and some things to think about when it comes to your credit. So utilization, if they take care of that part of their utilization, it's going to be amazing, right? And then as we dispute the negative items, it's going to be even better, right? So this person is tired of disputing for themselves. They want us to do it, so we're going to take over the file. I just wanted to give you an overview of everything that's going on. So the laws that we use, let's just say for the collections, right? Because we sent letters just to the collection agency. So what you want to do is go to 15 USC 1692, right? And we want to click on this one. And then what you want to do is just click on sub chapters, right? And then what we want to go down to is C, communication in connection with debt collections, right? So C, ceasing communication. So the letter that we created was based off of this law right here, right? So if a consumer notifies a debt collector in writing that the consumer refuses to pay a debt, that's one, or that the consumer wishes the debt collector to cease further communication with the consumer, the debt collector shall not communicate further with the consumer with the respect of such debt, except number one, right? To advise the consumer that the debt collector's further efforts are being terminated. Two, notify the consumer that the debt collector or creditor may invoke specific remedies which are ordinarily invoked by such debt collector or creditor, or where applicable to notify the consumer that the debt collector or creditor intends to invoke a specified remedy. If such notice from the consumer is made by mail, notification shall be complete upon receipt. All right, so with this specific, you can create a letter to a collection agency, right? And telling them, hey, I refuse to pay this debt. I have a lot going on. Got circumstances. Only you know what you have going on. Only you know why you're refusing to pay this debt. So whatever it is, write it and you can send it to a collection agency. And what's supposed to happen is a collection agency is not supposed to respond unless one of these three things, right? And if they do respond other than these three things, it's a violation of the FDCPA, which you can then sue upon, right? And another thing is you can also tell them to cease communication, right? Let's just say you sent that letter to cease communication and they called you, or they sent you another letter, or they emailed you, or they text you. That's a violation of the FDCPA and you can sue upon that, right? So this is what we did and got collections removed for this client, right? As you can see. Now, this is the specific law. Now, the letter that we told her to create the first round was this specific letter right here. Ever since I came out on my channel, I've been talking about this specific letter, right? And I've been updating it and things like that, but it's called the secret letter, right? You can Google, or you can, go to freesecretletter.com and get it. So I was looking over my report. I noticed these accounts listed below are not ensure maximum possible accuracy according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Delete accounts listed below for violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? And then what we say is put your account name and account number, right? Now, the reason why, if you look at your report, because you have to get access to the report, so you can see that some of the things are inaccurate. So we always say, hey, update and fix it based off of your report. So this account is not showing maximum possible accuracy according to 15 USC 1681 EB. The open date last active is not accurate. And most of the time you can add some more things, let's just say the balance or whatever the case may be is inaccurate. Date last active, date last payment, other status of the report is inaccurate. You can list that as well. Delete account immediately for violation of 15 USC 1681 EB, right? So where we got that law from was 15 USC 1681, right? So as you can see, 15 USC 1681, then you go down to this one and you click on subchapter, teaching you how to, go to the laws. Not a lawyer. Remember that. Just here to show you your rights. All right, and you go to E, and then compliance procedures, and you go to B, accuracy of report. So we made the letter based off of this law right here. Whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedure to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates, right? That's the law. That's what it states. We're just using it and abiding by what it states, right? And then we create the letter based on the law, and then let's list all the accounts that you have on your report, right? Now, this letter isn't 100% guaranteed that just because you state this, you did this, you saw the inaccuracies, that the accounts are going to come off your report. It's all about being consistent with the credit bureaus, because what they're going to do is say, hey, you sound like a credit repair company. We need more identification. We need this, we need that. Another thing that they're going to do, another stall letter they might send you. So you just got to be consistent and persistent when sending your letters in every single round, right? And then just don't be upset when things come back verified as 100% accurate and things like that, all right? That's going to be a part of the process. It's going to happen when you send your letters in, right? It's going to say things came back verified, things got removed. Congratulations. But list all the negative items on the letter, right? Everything that's holding your credit score back. And then another thing you can do is get this notarized as well. So you can get the letter notarized to increase your chances, because the credit bureaus, like I said before, like to play crazy. So this also kind of eliminates them playing crazy, right? So you can get your letter notarized, and when you get the letter notarized, you send your letter, you're gonna add 3 forms of identification, send it certified to the credit bureaus, and then you just gotta wait 35 days, 30 days for them to complete the investigation, 5 days to mail it back to you, right? And then just be patient. You're gonna get some things removed off your report. Some things will come back verified, quote unquote, updated, 100% accurate, all that, right? And all you're doing is just leveraging the next law, which is 15 U.S.C. 1681 I-7. And then the next law after that, 15 U.S.C. 1681 S-2. And then you continue, rinse and repeat until all the accounts come off and you take care of your debt. And you're gonna see the improvement that you're looking for. Now, if you don't got the time to do none of this, we got you. Check the link out in the description, in the comments, right? Sign up. It's going to be amazing. If you don't, continue watching the videos. I appreciate it. And I thank you for your time. See you in the next one.